Hello, my Teaserking family. How's everybody today? Coming to you with Sunday's action. Yesterday, bizarre day. Uh, we can go through the locks were Army, winner, Boise, winner, Tennessee -8, loser, and NC State, Syracuse over, loser. Don't ask me where I get Syracuse. They put up 80 points on Vegas with a really good defense, and I thought they would score on NC State like everybody else did. A lot of turnover on downs, I'm seeing, which really fucks you in some of these games. They drive down to the 20 and then go for it on fourth down with stupid plays, and they never get it. And this is what kills the over and unders is they don't. The turnover on downs, these coaches should all be fired. You kick your point, you get your points, you kick your field goals, unless it's late in the fourth quarter and this is do or die. If it's not, you've got to be kidding me. So, anyway, I'm just seeing. I'm kind of in the sun here. I'm at the breakfast area, so the signal is stronger here than in my room where I kept going in and out. So again, I can't see very well, but I'm sure you can hear me. So I was very impressed with some of the games. I had the Oregon, Ohio State over. I had the Kansas State, Colorado over. Hit the Boise. I had the Texas, Oklahoma under. Friday we had UNLV. Tennessee and Alabama, both off of losses, both look like shit. This is a case where they beat up on the shit teams. And then Alabama beats Georgia somehow, because I guess they're a home dog. And then they go and lose to Vanderbilt. And then they almost lose to South Carolina, who's got no offense. So that was a very shocking score, thinking Alabama's better. Now we see they don't have a defense, and now we play Alabama over. And Tennessee's terrible. We think Tennessee's much better than they are, and they're not. So again, we will see what we have over there. Anyway, so this is how you learn. This is why earlier in the year you get caught. Now we realize Tennessee, they look good against NC State, and then you think, oh, that's the team. Or Ole Miss. Ole Miss, I knew LSU was going to win, but I played over, and we lost by 1 point. It's just, again, it was a lot of turnover on downs there, missed field goals. I mean, we should have been way over in that game. I thought LSU would be in the 30s, and Ole Miss I thought it was a 60-point game. We needed 56 or so. So anyway, so that was yesterday. Today I have two locks. Two good locks. Let's talk about the line, and then we'll go through the games. So Frisco wins 36-24 on Thursday night, which puts, I guess, pressure on the Rams if they play, but I don't think they're playing. 9:30 in the morning. Well, here it doesn't matter because I'm already up, and it's only 2 or 3 in the morning. It's 10:30 my time, but it's 4:30 your time. So we've got Jacksonville now a 1-point favorite over the Bears. I don't know why anybody would bet on Jacksonville unless you're betting against Tua or Caleb, same thing. And 44.5. Jacksonville with a 29 defense. The Bears with a very good defense of 17. Trevor Lawrence 6-2, touchdowns, interceptions. Caleb 5-4. I mean, it's hard to bet on Caleb. Green Bay, Arizona. I got Green Bay 5.5, 47.5. These are, I just looked at the lines this morning. However, they will change once we hit 8 o'clock in the morning U.S. time. They should change for the day. So Green Bay 5.5, 47.5. Arizona with the 26 defense, Green Bay with the 22. Kyler Murray 7-2, and Love is 8-5. Had 3 against Minnie. Started to come on. Arizona, I don't know what to think about them. They scored 13 on the Lions, 14 on Washington, and then they put up 40 last week. So you never know what you get with them. Indy, Tennessee, 2.5 and 43.5. Richardson is a game time decision. I would prefer Flacco. He's much better against, it looks like Levis. That's why the line moved, because of Levis, which is a joke. These people moving the line have no concept. Levis sucks. Caleb sucks. All these quarterbacks that suck. But I hope it's flat. If it's Flacco, but we won't know till probably a half hour before the game. Houston 6.5, looks like 38 to New England. Stroud 7-3, and they're going with Drake May. That's just a joke. He's not any good. I don't know why they would think. Houston with a 23 defense, New England with a 20. 400 yards of offense for Houston, 275 for New England. So if you think May's better than Brissett, you're out of your mind. So I like. I don't know. I think Houston wins this game. I don't know how. We don't know Drake May, but we can see what he was in college, and he wasn't very good. So we will see that here. I'm going to move over. These people are pretty loud next to me, so bear with me as we move tables. Yeah, let's try here. Hate when people don't understand other people or don't say, oh, he's teaching class. Maybe I should shut the fuck up. All right. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. We've got Tampa Bay 3.5, 43. We got Baker 11-2, and now it's going to be Carr is out. It's going to be Spencer Rattler. You've got to be kidding me. So let's make this our free play. We're going to go under in this game. 43. We're going to go under 49. I don't think Rattler's. I mean, he sucked at South Carolina. I don't see him doing anything. New Orleans, I think, wins the game, but let's go under. We're sure they won't score. Phillies 8.5, 42.5. Watson, who's 5-3 against Hurts, 4-4. He does get his receivers back. They are at home. Cleveland seems to suck. They are a W team. Phillies an E team. Both have 24 defenses. Washington and Baltimore. What's that other? Washington and Baltimore. Washington looks really good. I'll be curious what they do against Baltimore. 23 defense for Washington. They're getting better defensively. I mean, they held Arizona to 14, so you're wondering what's really going on. Last week they held Cleveland low. Baltimore at 25, 51.5 total. Washington gets 405 yards a game. Baltimore 453. Daniels is 4-2. Lamar 9-1. San Diego, Denver. I'm not sure why San Diego's favored in this game. They're -3. I don't know if Bosa and Mack, they're both questionable. They'll probably play. Herbert's got the high ankle sprain. He's 5-1. We got Denver. San Diego's got a 13 defense. Denver's got a 15. Over under 35.5. Bo Nix, 3 touchdowns and 4 picks. He was 0 touchdowns and 4 picks. The last few games, he's 3 touchdowns and no picks. I'm baffled by Denver being the dog here. They're playing really strong. Probably an under game because of the defenses, but it's an Iowa under 35.5. They could accidentally get into the 40s. So I don't know what to do on that game. On 43 going under 49. Spencer Rattler not going to score. So that'll be. I don't see Tampa putting up 50 points. My score in that game, well, it was different with Carr, so I have to change my score. I'll go 30-10 Tampa against New Orleans. I had it higher, but that was with Carr. Without Carr, there's no point. And Hainer at least, but you're not even going Hainer. Pittsburgh, Oakland. Pittsburgh -3, 36.5. Russell Wilson's ready. I don't know. They're starting Fields. It's unbelievable. How much do you need to see Fields suck before you realize Fields suck? Right? So you've got, uh, he sucked for the Bears for 3 years. It's like Daniel Jones. How long do you need to see that he sucks? I don't understand this. Purely incompetent. This is where the GM or the owner doesn't want to admit a mistake, and he's going to go, well, let's use Fields. Russell Wilson's ready. Well, let's use. So I think Russell Wilson probably plays the second half there. Pitt's a 3-point, and they're going with O'Connell, another nobody. What can I say? Pitt with the 15 defense, Oakland with the 26. So looking for if Wilson was going to start and play, it'd be an automatic. I'd take Pittsburgh. With Fields, it's still going to be not a lot of scores. So I don't know. They both get about 320 yards of offense. Detroit, Dallas. Detroit 352. Golf 5-4. Dak 8-4. They both turnover machines. Detroit 21 defense, Dallas a 24, but Detroit's better at home with the crowd noise. Detroit's they're not a good team, so they do a lot of gimmicks, right? They need the crowd noise to yell, but on the road, they don't show up. They did win at Arizona somehow. Kyler Murray didn't run for some reason. I didn't understand it. Detroit started the score against Seattle at home. Will they do it against Dallas? I think Micah Parsons is out, and the other guy is out, so look for more scoring. Detroit's pass defense sucks. CD Lamb will have 250 yards. Detroit gets 411 a game. Dallas 368. So I never play Detroit as a road favorite. This is either take Dallas or maybe dick around with the total, but I don't trust Dak. I mean, there's very few quarterbacks I can trust. Atlanta 6-46.5 against Carolina. It is Cousins against Dalton. Cousins 8-5. Dalton I think was 4-1. 23 defense for Atlanta, 33 for Carolina. 371 yards Atlanta, 306 Carolina. Carolina now it's depending on the quarterback. With Steve Young, it's a Z team. With Dalton, it's an over team. Their defense sucks, but they score more with Dalton. Atlanta, Cousins, they're starting to score more each game. They're starting to get used to it because the idiot coach didn't play him in the preseason. So he's got to work in with his players. Welcome whoever's here. I know it's early in America, but everybody's welcome. Feel free to ask comments and questions. That's why I do a live show. Cincinnati and the Giants. Cincinnati 3.5. Looks like 47 or 46 to the Giants. Burrow 12-2. Daniel Jones 6-3. Cincy with the 29 defense. The Giants with the 21. Cincy 370 yards of offense. The Giants 331. So the Giants are basically an under team. Cincy's basically an over team. Cincy at 3.5. You can take them plus 2.5. I would have liked to have gotten 3 with them. Otherwise, knowing they play over, the Giants are starting to score more. We could get some points in this game. And Buffalo 2.5, 41.5. Josh Allen with a little hurt wrist, but it's his left wrist, 8-0. Aaron Rodgers 7-4. Now you got all these changes. The coach is gone. New offensive coordinator. The other one's not calling plays because he was so shitty at it. Again, we've saw this for 2 years, and they still keep him. They finally get a coach in. Cicalo wasn't a good coach. He didn't take control. He sees problems with the offense, doesn't do anything. And that's what you have. So we've got a good game. This would automatically have been a Jets home dog. I would have popped it. But, anytime you get new variables, the coaching staff changing. Now, we got Aaron Rodgers finally. Buffalo, the Jet defense, but you lost Saleh. Is the defensive coordinator any good? See, Saleh should have been the defensive coordinator, not the head coach. This is the problem I have with these defensive coordinators. Same thing in Houston. They're not head coaches. That's the problem. So you hire these coordinators and they come in and they don't know how to coach. Right? Saleh was a nice guy and he smiled and wanted to hug Rodgers. But as a head coach, that's not what you want. As a head coach, you want somebody that says, this is our offensive coordinator, this is our defensive coordinator, it's the offense I want to run, it's defense. He's in charge. Don Corleone. This is what you get. And in this case, that's not what you get. You had a guy, he didn't fire the offensive coordinator as he should have. And that who is on? I'm in the sun, so let me read your comment if I can read it. It's morning for me. Hey, getting for something for nothing. How are you today? It's hard to read it because it's sunny, and this is the best place to get reception. I tried in my room on the balcony, I couldn't see it, but it's 10:40 here, so it's 4:40 in America and Eastern time. And but I wanted to get the show in. People asking yesterday, well, are you going to do the show? It's already done. Check my thing. Well, here it's been a nice day every day. It's probably about 75, 80. It's sunny. We did have rain one day, but it rained for 20 minutes. And I'm on the Amalfi Coast. Whoa. Unfortunately, it is windy here, so I lost my paper. Anything but the pay. I can't lose the football paper, the Bible. Just got back from running from a hurricane. Oh, you're in Florida, I assume? Yeah, my friend lives in Tampa, and he had problems with they had to evacuate Tampa and everything. Hope Bobby's okay. But yeah, that's Florida. You get the weather, and then you get the hurricanes when the weather changes. So yeah, it can be. There is no perfect place. Um, so it's nice where we're at, but it's troublesome. Like it's not like going to a major city like Barcelona or Portugal, Lisbon, or Berlin. Where you're in a nice hotel and then you just go out for a cab ride or there's malls close. Kind of in the middle. We're on the coast, so there's really nothing. There's a little mini mart 2 minutes away, but otherwise, like to get certain things, you gotta walk like 10, 15 minutes. If you don't feel like walking, it's hard to get a cab, and then so it's just not. There's no buses and streetcars like you get like in Switzerland. You just take the trolley around. So there's none of that. So it's kind of remote. So there's good and the bad. We took a water taxi yesterday. That was pretty cool. So NFL versus college. So college, we're fooled by Tennessee. We're fooled by Alabama. We're even fooled by South Carolina. They put up more points on Alabama than they did against Ole Miss. I take them over against Ole Miss. They don't score, and then they score on Alabama 26 points. So I have Army and Boise. So they're good running teams. I think you can always count on. The free play loses by a point. LSU, Ole Miss. I knew LSU was going to score on them, and I said that their 8 defense is not an 8 defense, and I was right. Very hard to stop LSU. It goes to overtime. If they kicked the extra point, as they would have scored first, we would have won. Well, it would have been different because they kicked a field goal, and then we got a touchdown. So, but LSU wins the game. So it's just weird. I had a hunch to go over Ohio State, Oregon. I'll have to watch that on YouTube. That's the funny part. I go to sleep, and the games are just kind of going. Like the 4 o'clock games were on, 3:30 games, and I wake up and the Boise game's not over. I'm like, oh shit! It was 13-7, and I'm laying 14 in the lock, and then they scored. Okay, I think now it's 21-7. I go, okay, it's a push. And then they scored one more late, and it was 28-7. But I mean, the game wasn't over. It's 8:30. I'm having breakfast. The game's still on. It's crazy. Anyway, so today I have 2 locks. Um, it's a tough thing. See, here's with the buys. I don't have Kansas City. I do have San Diego. I don't have the Rams to play. So you're missing some teams that you need, and then some of the matchups. Cincinnati goes to the Giants. I mean, who the fuck are the Giants? Cincinnati apparently doesn't have a defense, but we have Joe Burrow. Pitt and Oakland, Russell Wilson's ready. So let's talk about the quarterbacks. So we have in the early game, Trevor Lawrence against Caleb. All right, Caleb, he sucks. Lawrence sucks. Not betting the quarterback there. Arizona, Green Bay, Kyler Murray and Love, pretty good quarterbacks. Indy, Tennessee, it looks like Richardson, Flacco, or Levis. Levis stinks. Richardson stinks. So this is the problem with Tennessee and some of these teams with the running quarterbacks. They get into a big game and they don't show up. This is the problem with them because they can't really get you the touchdowns you need. So this is the problem with Levis. He sucks. Richardson sucks. They can't score for you. So that's a nothing game. This is why these teams suck. They don't have quarterbacks. Flacco should be their starter, and Tennessee doesn't have one. Mason Rudolph is your backup. He sucks. Houston Stroud is okay, and so New England goes from Brissett to Drake May. Whoa. Brissett's better than Drake May. Why would you go to Drake May? Well, we got to see what we got. You think putting him in here against Houston is going to show you what Drake May is? What are you expecting? 4 touchdowns and 400 yards passing by Drake May? Because you ain't going to get it. You didn't get it at North Carolina. He's going to run? Yeah, well, we've been there, done that. Houston played running quarterbacks. They play Richardson. It's not going to – they play Levis. They play, I don't know what New England's thinking. The coach should never have been hired. Mayo, he's a terrible. He's never coached. Throw him in. Okay, yeah, I know you haven't been a CEO, and you go, you're going to run General Motors. I don't know. I don't know what to do. That's what you have here. Why would you go to May? What are you expecting? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady? I mean, it's just a joke. Maybe after he sits for a year and he learns the system and he learns the plays, but he sucked at North Carolina. This guy sucks now. At best, he'll be Fields. I mean, he's terrible. Then Tampa, we got Baker. New Orleans, okay, Carr's hurt. And instead of going to Hainer, you're going to Rattler. It's the same thing. What are you going to Rattler for? He sucks. He didn't do anything at South Carolina, and he certainly didn't do anything at Oklahoma. What are you expecting from this guy? Hainer, I think we know, is a very good quarterback. Rattler, why would you go to Rattler? Because he can scramble, because he can't read a defense. All the scramblers are bad because they can't read defenses. They can't see a blitz. They can't read the defense. So you got to read the defense. So when you get to the ball, Tom Brady would go, oh, I'm going to hit Wes Welker on a slant because they're going to blitz me. 1, 2, throw, 5 yards. These guys can't do it. That's why C.J. Stroud gets the ball and dances around and rolls to the right and throws a Hail Mary for 20 yards to his receiver. And they start picking him off because the other guy on the other side's waiting for him to do that. So he's saying, okay, I'll wait. He'll throw it, and I'll pick it. And that's what you got with these guys. They can't read the defense. I'm sure the play isn't, you go scramble to the right sidelines and throw the ball 20 yards and hope somebody catches it. If that's the play, they need offensive coordinators. So, again, I don't get Rattler. I don't get May. Cleveland, Watson's used up. Going against Philly, Hurts. Hurts is average at best. He's got his receivers back, but we saw him without his receivers. He sucked. Washington. Now, Daniels looks like the real deal because he got good coaching by Brian Kelly at LSU. That's why he's looking good. these Alabama ones did not get good coaching. Going against Lamar, who we know Lamar sucks, but they've been running Henry more. And Lamar's 9 touchdowns and 1 pick. Okay. He kind of aims the ball. He's good for these 10, 20-yard passes, or when they're all keen on Henry, then it's like a play action pass. So he's, again, we've seen him in the playoffs. He disappears. San Diego, Herbert, Denver, Knicks, two good quarterbacks. Herbert's got the high ankle sprain. We'll see. Pitt and Oakland, what are they fucking around with Fields for? Get Wilson. He's either ready or not. If his cast fine, get him out there. He's much better quarter. He won a Super Bowl. Fields doesn't can't even win 5 games against Oakland. They're going from Minshew to O'Connell. What do they think is going to happen with O'Connell? Another shit quarterback. What in God's name are these coaches / GMs doing? Thinking O'Connell sucked at Purdue. Oh yeah, we'll throw him out there, and I'm sure he'll throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yeah, in 5 games. Again, what are they doing? Who is doing this? Who is the GM? I love to talk to the GM going, well, this is our strategy. We know O'Connell sucked at Purdue, but we're going to put him out there because he's cheap or something. I don't know what your point is. Detroit, Dallas, golf against Dak, 2 turnover machines. Golf chokes in big games. We know that. He chokes when the pressure's on. Micah Parsons is out, so he gets a break here. And Dak, same thing. He's okay until the pressure's on. The defense comes and he chokes, so we know that. Let's see. Trying to read it. Looks for a man to know to, instead of throwing to the spot. It's hard to read this. Looks for a man to throw to instead of throwing to the spot where he's going to be. Yeah, that's what a lot of them are. They don't. Bill Walsh would have the play all designed. Montana, he'd take 3 steps back and throw it to this spot, and Dwight Dwight Clark would be there. That was the way that was set up. Do you think these are set up this way? So you have, they're waiting for the guy to get open. They don't know. They can't read the defense, so they don't know the defense. So they're waiting, and until he's open, they won't throw it. By then, he's sacked, or he's then trying to scramble out for 5 or 10 yards. So, yeah, exactly. So Detroit, Dallas, both quarterbacks can get hot. Neither defense is any good versus the pass. Micah Parsons being out hurts the pressure. Detroit has one guy, Hutchinson, who can get to the quarterback, but not against Dallas. They have good linemen. He's not going to do shit. That's their only play is he gets to the quarterback, but otherwise, that's it. Atlanta, Carolina, Cousins, we know he stinks against Andy Dalton. For a 40-year-old, he's much better than your first-round pick, Bryce Young. What the hell was that, having Bryce Young out there? It only took him a year and a half to figure out he sucks. Dalton comes in with the same team, and they're getting 35 points a game. With Young, they got 10. That's what you're there for, the results. Young did nothing, and he wasn't a runner. Why you drafted him first? Because you're an idiot. You don't know what you're like trying to sell your fans. Oh, we'll get Bryce Young. Fans don't care. They want to see you win. They don't want to see you get a guy because he went to Alabama, but he sucks. So at the end of the day, I mean, look at the Bears. They got Fields. For the fans, he sucked. They get rid of Fields. Now they get rid of Fields. They're bringing Caleb. He sucks. They don't know what they're doing. They could have had Penix and they could have had Daniels, but they can't read. They don't know how to discover. So instead of the Bears having Daniels, they get Caleb. And I guess they didn't see the Notre Dame SC game or the UCLA SC game where he threw 3-4 picks and got sacked a bunch of times, and they just got dominated. So that's the real. I guess they didn't watch all the games. Let's see. So Cincinnati and the Giants, yeah, Joe Burrow, superstar. We love him. 12-2. Daniel Jones, how long are they going to go with this? He's on his third year, fourth year of sucking, and he's still your starter, and your backup's Danny DeVito, and so they get a Malik Neighbors from LSU, who's okay, but that's not your answer. You could have got a kid from TCU who's as good as Neighbors, and now Neighbors is out. Now what's he going to do? I hate when they waste picks on first round on receivers. It's the stupidest draft. That and the offensive lineman. And last but not least, Buffalo and the Jets. We got Josh Allen 8-0, Aaron Rodgers 7-4. Okay, you got quarterbacks. That's what you need to do. But who can we trust? I mean, all right, Jacksonville, Chicago. I can't trust either team. Arizona, Green Bay. I think this is a good game. So can I trust Kyler Murray to keep it close or Love? I don't know. Indy, Tennessee. I can't trust Richardson or Levis. How do you bet these games? You can't trust the quarterback, right? Then we got Houston, New England. Stroud, I can't trust, and certainly Drake May, I can't trust. Tampa, New Orleans. Baker, I can kind of trust. He's okay. New Orleans. Carr, I could trust Hayner. I can't trust Radler. I've seen him choke too many times in college. Cleveland, Watson's done. I don't know what he's still doing out there in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts. I think their backup is Winston. So yeah, like he's any good. Hurts for Philly, I can't trust him. I can't play Philly minus 8.5 to 2.5, thinking Hurts is going to get it done. Although Watson's so bad. Washington, Baltimore, I can trust Daniels now, and Lamar. I know they're going to have a good offense. 453 yards a game. I can't trust them to win, but I can trust them to put up points. San Diego, Denver. I can trust Herbert and Nix. I could bet on New England, Denver, and I can bet on San Diego. Here, I can't believe Denver's a home dog. I mean, they got a 15 defense, and it's not like San Diego's all that good. Pitt, Oakland, I can trust Russell Wilson. I wouldn't trust Fields. And Oakland, I can't trust O'Connell. I can trust Minshew a little bit more. Detroit, Dallas, Golf, can't trust. Dak, can't trust. They're okay. Can't really bet on them to win. Atlanta, Carolina, can't trust Carr. Can't trust. I trust Andy Dalton more than I trust Cousins. Can't trust Cousins. I trust Penix, but I don't trust Cousins. Burrow, we trust. Daniel Jones, not a chance. And then Josh Allen, we trust that he'll keep the games close. And Aaron Rodgers, he's only won one Super Bowl, and he had the 1 seed for the Packers for 3 or 4 years. So he's good, but I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's all that. So your free play today, go under in the Tampa New Orleans game because it's so high. It's 43-44. And Rattler, where are you going to get points from against Tampa? New Orleans has a very good defense. So look for New Orleans to hold Tampa down and look for Tampa to blitz Rattler. Tampa's got a good defense. We saw him go into Detroit. So this to be no problem. The hurricane was in Tampa. I don't know if this game got switched or not, but we see that. But definitely, you cannot bet Rattler a 9.5 here. So it's either take Tampa, but I think the under is better because under 50, 49. Yeah, where's that going to come from? Otherwise, this is kind of a vanilla week. I did find 2 locks, so I got 4 teams in locks, just like college. The amazing part about college is I can't believe if I didn't bet lock Vanderbilt and Cincinnati, games that I really liked, I didn't lock them. Let me try to read this message. Hey, Eric. Well, it's not early. It's 11 o'clock, but I'm in Italy, so I'm about to go about my day. But I wanted to make sure I did the class because I can't. If I wait till 10 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock here, and I don't know where I'm going to be at 4 o'clock. So I'm doing it Same class, just that. So again, free play of New Orleans, Tampa under, but otherwise it's the same thing. But I don't understand the Vanderbilt line with Kentucky. You had just beat Alabama, and you were a 14-point dog, and it's so confusing that I didn't lock them. I played them in two teasers, but I didn't lock them for some reason, and they win the game straight out again. And it's like they played Missouri close. They beat Virginia Tech. They beat Alabama. Now they beat Kentucky. At what point do you want to keep making them a dog for me? I'm going to lock the hell out of them now. More so than Tennessee is a not real. Alabama has defensive problems. They gave up points to Georgia. Then they give up points to South Carolina and Vanderbilt. See, this is a offensive team. This is an over team now, Alabama. The only way to bet them is over. They play Tennessee in a few weeks. The Oregon-Ohio State game, I loved it over. Why didn't I lock that over? I mean, you can go on and on with it. That's the puzzling part about betting is I had UNLV marked as a lock. I didn't lock it because I had them locked the Friday before, and this is another Friday game. But the real lock should have been Vanderbilt yesterday with the Army and Boise. I love those. Those were locks. And then the over in the Syracuse NC State game I got from Syracuse putting up all these points on Vegas. I said, well, shit, Vegas has a much better defense. And both quarterbacks threw for 350 yards. It was all these turnover on downs, fumbles, interceptions at the 10-yard lines. I mean, this should have went way over. And you get these bad coaches and, we got to go for it. It's 4th and 1. They say, and then they don't get it. And then there goes your over because now you just driven for 7-8 minutes. And now you go up the ball at the 15 and now they got to drive back. So it kills. You need a lot of quick scores, long passes, big runs, turnovers for that. Eric, what country are you located now? I'm in Italy right now. On the Amalfi Coast. It's beautiful, but it's a little bit very narrow roads to drive. I'm not renting a car here, and not a lot of taxis to get, although I do have a ride. I leave, I think, Wednesday, and because it's an hour and a half from the airport, I got a 6:40 flight, so I made the taxi at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm praying there is a taxi at 3 o'clock in the morning that he does show up. He should. It's through bookings and it's reserved and paid for. So I'm pretty confident they will. They won't let me down. But it's a scary thought because he doesn't show up. How are you going to get to the airport? And maybe you'll see a taxi, but at 3 in the morning, I don't know. It's not a heavily populated area where I'm at. So that's the whole problem. But it's a 90-minute drive without traffic to get back to the airport. Velocimo. I don't speak Italian, but it sounds good. Grazie. I believe that's thank you. I recommend a few days here if you're ever around this part of the world. The more normal vacation you'd want to go to, maybe you'd want to go to, what is it? I'm thinking in Spain. Barcelona is good. Amsterdam, of course. Vienna was nice. Switzerland it's a tough vacation part. Not as much stuff unless you want to go ski the Swiss Alps. Odessa is very nice in Ukraine if the war ever ends. Europe's different, a little more socialist. It's expensive. Like we go eat, and it's expensive there. You don't see like, oh, I'll get a Wendy's or something. You don't see that. It's just sit down restaurants and some kind of fish, some kind of chicken, some kind of steak that's really not. It's actually meat, but it's not great. But anyway, just had breakfast here. This is our breakfast. So I eat a lot of scrambled eggs and bacon and tea and water and stuff like that. Anyway, it's an interesting vacation. I'll be home Wednesday afternoon. I leave here at 6:30 in the morning. Get to Frankfurt. Get to the U.S. about 2:30 because of the time change. It's 6 hours away. So uh, that'll be different. But I was stir crazy in the apartment. You just do the same thing. So it's nice to kind of get away. Anyway, so football, I don't know what the pros are thinking. I know it's becoming socialist. I don't know what they're doing with these idiot quarterbacks and GMs. The coaches are all analytics. So it's, oh, on 4th and 2, I'm supposed to go for it. Turnover on downs, lose the game. They're the dumbest coaches I've ever seen in my life. They don't punt to get field position anymore. The Andy Reid might do it, but most of these coaches are just idiots. They get the ball to the 40, they get the ball in midfield, they go for it. They don't realize they lose the game, and then they lose their jobs. At the end of the day, it's about winning. It's not about a quarterback who's an athlete. It's about a quarterback who's a quarterback, and they haven't figured that part of it out. Caleb Fields, what's Fields doing now? How long do you need Fields to show you he sucks? How long do you need Daniel Jones? It's just like I just read you the quarterbacks. It's insanity. When Purdy's considered a good quarterback, you got to wonder. Geno Smith, he's not a good quarterback. He's a backup. So you got a lot of backups playing. Anyway, anybody wanting the picks today? www.teaserking.com, like we did last week. So sign up for the pro class, and I'll send you the password because I can't do the class. But the college class is Friday night, 7 to 8, and the pro class will be 8 to 9. I'll do private classes on here where we'll go through all the games, picks, locks, and I'll give you my scores. And that'll be Friday. But I know D and Real D and G tried to do it last week. Says, well, I can't do a class now. It was already 11 o'clock, and I'm doing our class. And so I said, just pay, and then I'll give you the password, and you'll get all the picks that I would go through, which is, I assume, what you want in the class. But yeah, I'll do more of the class where we'll walk through it. Like here, I'm not giving you the scores and some of the picks. I give you the free pick, not the locks. Okay. Ian, hi from Australia. Good day, mate. Bacon and eggs. Well, eggs are the best breakfast you can have, the protein. It's funny, you don't care about fat. What you care about is the sugar. A lot of bread here, which I hate, and you're supposed to have a lot of meat. So I try to eat meat for my things. Fish and chicken, they don't prepare the fish the way you normally do it. A little different Italian. But yeah, you stay away from the sugars and the carbs. That's what you're trying to stay away from. I brought my little Celtic salt, so I take a few pebbles every day. It's like walking down to the beach. It's like a half mile of stairs, and it's so steep that I got to hold the handrail because I can't like look down. Like normal stairs are kind of out, right? You can easily walk on them. These go like very narrow and very down. So you're kind of like, like you're blind. You're like, just, okay, I'm on the stair. I'm on the stair. I tripped coming back up the stairs yesterday and just crushed my knees. It was, I stumbled. I caught my toe on the step and then slid. And thank God I didn't run my head into the wall. But yeah, that's the problem here. Even at the hotel, there's all these stairs. It's not like your normal hotel, like at Caesars, where you go to the lobby, you go up to the elevator into your room, you come down. There's the whole, the stores, the restaurants. You go out and you walk to Bellagio or something. It's not like that here. A lot of stairs. A lot. Let me show you these mountains over here. See, now we understand why the Romans Empire worked. You've got all the water, so they got a lot of boats. You've got these huge mountains, so nobody can attack you. So if the Romans would have just played defense with their gold and silver, they never would have been destroyed. They destroyed themselves from within by taking the gold and silver out of their coins, which is what the U.S. is doing now, and the U.K. It's funny. I'm in the water talking to some other people about gold. It's just hysterical. Any chance I get, I start bringing up. So, have you bought your gold yet? These are people from London, and I don't know. I probably scared them away. I don't want to talk about gold. I just want to relax. But a couple of weeks, we got the whole summit in Kazan, Russia. BRICS going gold back. That'll be interesting. What else? So that's your pros. Basically, so Jacksonville is, I'll go through the line again. Jacksonville 144.5. Packers 5.5, 47.5. Tennessee 2.5, 43.5. If somebody can explain that line to me, I love it. Houston 6.5. I think it's 38 to New England. That's your free play. Oh no, your free play is Tampa, New Orleans. Same thing. Drake May. They're not going to score. Tampa, New Orleans. Tampa 3.5, 43. Again, you have Rattler as quarterback. They're not going to score. Cleveland, Philly. Philly 8.5, 42.5. Watson and Hurts. Baltimore's up to 7, 51.5. Daniels against Lamar. San Diego 3, 35.5. I have no idea why San Diego's favorite here. Denver should be. Pitt 3, 36.5 to Oakland. Okay, Russell Wilson. He'll probably get into the second half when Fields doesn't do anything. Devontae Adams is out, but Crosby is playing. Detroit, Dallas. Detroit 3, 52. I can't understand why Detroit's favored in this game. Goff against Dak. I don't know why everybody thinks Detroit's so good. I watch and I see a secondary that sucks. You got one guy, Hutchinson, so just double team him, and then he's done. Quarterback sucks. They can run a little. They got McLeod as the receiver. That's it. I mean, okay, everybody's got receivers, but all you got to do is blitz Goff, get him off the spot. He throws interceptions. Okay, they do have a balanced offense, but their defense sucks. Atlanta 6 and 46.5 to Carolina. Dalton against Cousins. Dalton will score for you. Steve Young won't. Cincinnati 3.5, 46 to the Giants. Maybe 47. Burrow against Jones. Our Neighbors is out for the Giants, the wide receiver. And then Buffalo 2.5, 41.5 to the Jets. And again, I don't understand. I understand this line because of the coaches, but otherwise, I think the Jets should be favored at home. As long as they got Aaron Rodgers playing. But how screwed up are they going to be? Now that they've fired their offensive coordinator, who saw everybody hated him, he was a terrible offensive coordinator. Now that he's gone, maybe they'll actually look like an offense. Although the offensive coordinator that they've got is terrible too. He was at like Tennessee, and they got 20 points a game. So it's not like he's any good. You had a problem with Saleh. He didn't bring in good coordinators. He basically signed Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers said, I want this coordinator, and that's who he brought in. And he sucked. He was good for Rodgers. Rodgers could probably tell him whatever he wanted and do it. That was Rodgers' problem in Green Bay. the coach wanted to call the plays, and Rodgers didn't like the plays. Hackett went to Denver as their coach or coordinator, and he sucked. They fired him, and now he's there. So I think we'll see a better Jet team without the Salah. I think was just a yes man and kissed Rodgers' ass. He wanted to like hug all the players, which is no, you're the coach. I'll never forget Chuck Noll when the '70s Steelers, some guy came and he tried to be emotional. He says, "We don't do that here. No, no, no. We don't rah rah. If we need to rah rah to win, we're not going to win. So you got to be professional, be stoic, basically." Which is why everybody loved them, which is why they won all the Super Bowls. Let's see. Nothing. It has to be bright. It's pretty bright, but if you're on the water, it's fine. They have water. I can't read your last nothing. All right, it's hard for me to read in this bright light, but I will do my best. Not up eating bacon and eggs. Save the bacon grease for the discounts for the biscuits. Okay, love to be 80 because live to be 80 because it was real food. Yeah, now it's all bullshit food. Um, TK. Yeah, I fell upstairs. These are very narrow. Uh, the blue water looks awesome. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, here's my knee. It got all scuffed, but you're walking up the stairs. They're very narrow and thin. It's not like a normal thing. So you got to be very careful. I'm not used, and it's like very steep stairs coming up. So you walk all the way down to the beach. It's got to be a half mile, right? It's got to be a 5 to 10 minute walk all the way down to the beach. Then you get to walk up, and it's steep, and you get tired. So I think I was just tired in my feet. So that was what happened, and my feet just were tired. I was tired, and then I need to take a sit down rest for a few minutes to recover that. But yeah. Normally I'm not too clumsy, but I don't normally see very steep stairs and then walk up. I don't even need to do my workouts because it's the very steep here. I don't know what's going on with my glasses, but very steep. Very very steep stairs all over the place. Even at the hotel, the stairs you got to walk downstairs to get to your room, and they're very steep. Like I said, there's no elevators. I can't believe there's not an elevator to get down to the beach. That is just walk down, 10 minute stairs and then walk back up. I need more breaks. I need 2 or 3 breaks to walk up the stairs, but you can't. Uh, they offer you buses, which are ridiculous, and then they're cheap, but they're crowded. And then you get we took a taxi to Amalfi. That wasn't bad. It was 40 euros. And then we took a water taxi last night to go to Positana, and that was nice. That's probably the best way to travel is by water taxi. But you got to walk all the way down to the water taxi. So it's not convenient here. This is more like you're just in the cliffs. You're in the cliffs of Italia. Trying to think which war movie it's like the Guns of Navarone or something. You're just out on the cliffs. Only there's no guns here, but it's cool. It's warm for October. It shouldn't be this warm. It is, and we'll go to the beach and we'll swim in the beach, and there's no sharks and no jellyfish, so I'm okay. The rocks are so intense on the beach. I had to wear my shoes. If I just walked on the beach, I couldn't do it. It was like knives going into my feet. So I had to go put my shoes on, tennis shoes, and they were okay. And I could walk and swim in the tennis shoes. But if without them, you can't, because it's just pure rock and it's just insanely intense pain. So anyway, but yeah, eat your proteins, stay away from your sugars. You'll live longer and healthier. Um, don't smoke, please. Anything else? Well, I mean, normally I'm not falling on stairs, but how often am I on stairs? I'm on a first floor apartment. I walk out. I walk to my car. I go to the gym. I walk. I go to Myers or Costco or Walmart. You're not going up and down stairs in the first place. There's nowhere I go that really has stairs. I go to the lake. Wherever I go, it's in the car, out of the car, no stairs. So now I'm asked to walk, but the stairs are narrow and steep. So when I look down, it's I don't even get a good perception of the stairs. So I got to hold the hand railing. I don't want to keep breaking my legs, falling down the stairs. Plus, I'm on vacation. I don't want to end up in a cast. So I'm doing that. Anyway, so that's football today. Again, yesterday, I thought I did very well. I hit my Vanderbilt game. I hit my Army game. I hit, there was a couple other clever ones that was like, I was really excited. Um, I hit Vegas. I hit the Army. I hit the Texas under. I hit Cincinnati, which I can't believe I didn't lock. North Texas, Oregon over, Vanderbilt, Boise, Northern Illinois. That was the other one, and Kansas State over. The ones that surprised me were Syracuse, and I stayed away from Washington. Alabama, what do you say? Tennessee, what do you say? Um, I had BYU, but I didn't play them. Vanderbilt, Boise, Northern Illinois, Lou Monroe won, and then Georgia Southern over in Kansas State. I was proud I hit that one. So I hit some good games. I just lost with Alabama and Tennessee, and you're like shaking your head going, what the fuck was that? So again, but Alabama I didn't lock. I was proud of that. I was surprised I didn't lock Cincinnati, Vanderbilt. That I had that in a teaser, and I was like, whoa. So in the pros, it's not like last week. Um, with all the new quarterbacks, most of them I'm playing under or against. There's no way Drake May and Rattler and O'Connell and even Will Levis is going to do shit. These aren't very good quarterbacks. Why they're going with Fields to get it to Russell? Well, I would imagine they're going to give Fields the first half, and when he does nothing, then Russell Wilson will come in. That's what I'm looking at. Or if Oakland has the lead and they're not doing anything, Russell Wilson will come in and you can say, look, Fields, we gave you your chance. You sucked again. Big surprise. And that's it. So what they're doing with Fields, I don't understand. Anyway, I think that's about it. So here it's 11:30. You guys have 5:30. So like I said, if you want the class today and I'll give you the links, then just buy it. I'll see it on my email, but I won't see it on the beach. Well, there's restaurants on the beach, so they all have Wi-Fi, so I connect to them. I will see it and send the password if you want to do it. And that's about it then. So have a wonderful day. Good luck today in football. Again, the 9:30 game, the Bears and Jacksonville. Like, who gives a fuck? You're not going to get on the NFL Network to watch it. I guarantee you that. I love it. They want you to go on NFL Network to watch, and they put shit on at 9:30 in the morning. Who's gonna watch that? Anyway, gold did a nice move on Friday. Let's just talk a minute on that. So gold ended Friday at 26.56. I think it'll be about 2,800 probably by the end of this week. 3,000 by the end of by the 22nd, and we're at the 13th. So in about 2 weeks, it'll be about 3,500 because they'll revalue it and get out of the banks, get out of the stocks, about to crash. Off you go. All right, everybody. If you need me, email me. Go to www.teaserking.com and go to the homepage. You get my email. So if you want to just buy the regular pros, you'll get the password. If you want to buy the class for the $25, I'll email you the password for that, and we'll go from there. So I'll keep my eyes open, but I know it's early there. All right. Well, thank you. Who's this? This is Lucius. Well, welcome. All right, nothing. Yeah, a few more days. Yeah, shit happens. Well, that's all being stoic, you just say, you're basically stoic. There's nothing you can do, right? Shit happens. It happens. You move on. There's nothing you can do, and you can't worry about it. So that's where you. It's like Alabama yesterday. There's nothing you can do. It was a good pick. They lost. They barely beat South Carolina, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or you see Ole Miss. They're not now. They got 2 losses. You see Tennessee, and you go, yeah, maybe beating up these shit teams. They're not that good. Again, there's nothing you can do. You can learn from, but you got to learn from it. And then next week you go, well, Ole Miss sucks, and Tennessee sucks, and apparently Alabama sucks. And LSU is LSU. They're going to start scoring. So keep an eye on that. Anyway, good luck today. Free pick is the go under in the Tampa New Orleans game. And I got 4 locks going, and that's not one of them. So keep an eye for that. All right, everybody, watch your new quarterbacks. All right, take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Go enjoy. I'm going to go to the beach. Ciao. In the bright sun, I can't find my mouse. I love how I lose my mouse.